Hey guys, and welcome to your full moon energy update. We are having a full moon in Cancer on January 6th, and this will be the wolf moon. So in today's video, we're going to go over 5 major themes that you need to know about the upcoming full moon, and make sure to stay tuned to the end because we will be doing your pick a card moon message. So let's jump right in. And first, I just want to say that the moon will be at 5:08 p.m. Central Standard Time, just an FYI. But the first theme we need to know about that's going on during this full moon cycle is getting in touch with one's emotions, good or bad. I want to highlight this. So this full moon in Cancer is bringing a lot of stuff up to the surface, okay? So we could be really emotional, like crying over spilled milk, or all of a sudden we're really getting to the root cause of the problems. If you're somebody like me that lives in the mental world, this is a really good time to address emotions and get in touch with emotions, because the Cancer moon is supporting our emotions at this time. This is a good time to dive into what's really going on in the emotional world. Sometimes we like to sweep stuff under the rug and deal with it later, and this is not a problem, and avoid emotions, right? But the Cancer full moon wants to support our emotions. So things might be coming up, good or bad, at being able to address them and then release them. But we'll be able to figure out what's really going on once we get to the root cause with the emotions, okay? So that's the first theme. Now, the second theme that came up during this full moon cycle is that it's time to face one's fears. This full moon is wanting to crack us open, okay? The Cancer is ruled by the crab, and they have that exterior shell. And so the Cancer on the outside might seem like I have it all together, but inside they can be very emotional. And so what happens with this full moon is, like, it's time to deal with some stuff. It's time to face the hard stuff. It's time to deal with the emotions. The full moon wants to crack us open for our highest and best. So we can release all this stuff, but it wants us to ascend. It wants us to evolve. It doesn't want us to hide behind this exterior shell anymore. It wants to break down that shell. It wants to break it open. It wants to help us. This is a very supportive moon. The wolf moon, howling at the moon, being free, not worrying what anybody's going to think, not worrying if somebody's going to judge you, what they're going to say, like getting real, raw, and vulnerable. It wants to crack us open for our highest and best, so we're not so much in the ego and living more in the soul. So it's a good time to face the fears, address the fears, work through the fears. You could do it by yourself. You could do it with a partner. You could do it with a group of friends, whatever it is, but it's a good time to address what's really going on. And why are we really scared of it? Why are we putting up these walls? Why do we have these fears? What's really going on? Address it, release it, move forward. Again, very, very, very supportive moon. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is what chakra is affected during this time. Now, the chakra that is affected during this moon cycle is the heart chakra. However, I do want to slightly touch on the root and the third eye here in a moment, but I want to talk about the heart chakra first, okay? Because again, Cancers are ruled by their emotions, very emotional stuff going on. So having some rose quartz is a good thing to do. Having some rose quartz might be wearing it, carrying a stone in your pocket, in your purse, in your wallet, by your nightstand, under your pillow, something. And it doesn't have to be rose quartz. I've also got, what I've got on here, green aventurine. These are some good heart chakra stones, right? Strawberry quartz. These can, I mean, green stones in general, but it's a good time to work with your crystals, because the heart chakra needs some extra supporting. So this way, again, we're addressing the emotions and not pushing them away. So anything you can do, wear some green clothes, eat some green foods, some leafy greens, some vegetables, anything that's green can work out as well. Green candles, green incense, stuff like that. But the heart chakra is being activated. It's more or less being opened. Like as the second theme wants to crack open that exterior shell, our heart chakra wants to crack open, and it wants us to tap into it. It wants us to tap into it. So work with some crystals if that calls to you, to help support the heart chakra this time. Also, I do want to address the root and the third eye. So why the root came up is because Cancers are ruled by the home. So you may feel the need to spend some time at home, tidy up the home, redo the home. Just the home energy is going on. Stability and safety is also going on with the root chakra. So if that you're feeling more triggered with your sense of safety and security and what's going on with home, you can work with some root chakra stones, red carnelian, any black stones. You can work with shungite, black obsidian, tourmaline, carnelian, agate, and stuff like that can work out as well. However, the third eye is there as well because Cancers are actually very, 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 very intuitive. So while the veil is thin during this full moon, you might be getting more vivid dreams. You might be getting extra signs and synchronicities. So just be aware with the third eye that messages might be coming in from the other side. While we're tapping into the full moon in general, but a full moon in Cancer, the signs and synchronicities might be multiplied and just coming in like every hour, like nonstop. So ears open, eyes open, pay attention to all the signs and everything that's coming in around this full moon in Cancer, okay? Now, the fourth thing I want to talk about is it's a time to be around others, even though you may be feeling otherwise. So what do I mean by that? Okay. So like we were just talking about with the root chakra is governed by home. The Cancers are ruled by home. And we were talking about the root chakra. You may want to be a little bit more introvert. You may want to just spend time at home. You may not want to go out and spend time with others. But it's a time to get out of our comfort zone. This moon is I want to call it the supportive moon. That's what I'm going to call it. It's the supportive moon, right? I mean, it's the wolf moon, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally supporting us to get outside of our comfort zone. True growth always happens outside of your comfort zone. So you may be like, man, I'm just going to sit at home. I don't feel like going out and doing anything. But no, this is a time to go be around others. Get outside of the comfort zone. Go do something you don't want to do. Do not isolate during this time all weekend, right? A few days before, a few days after. Go be social. Go spend time with friends. Go be around trusted people. Because you may be wanting just to spend time alone and hibernate in your house and isolate and shut the world off and just be introverted. But this moon wants us to be extroverted because if we work outside of our comfort zone, it's going to push us even further. It wants us to help us accelerate and it wants us to help us to grow. So allow that supportive moon to support you during this time and don't fall into these old behaviors of introvert. Time to step outside of the comfort zone and step into that extrovert energy, okay? Now, the fifth theme that came up at this time is let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go. So what I want to say with this is the day after the full moon. So from January 7th until the new moon. So we have a new moon on the 21st. So I will stay till the 20th because you don't want to do anything. We have a new moon on the 21st. No, the 20th would be the dark moon. So till the 19th. So between January 7th to January 19th, the moon will be in waning, which means release, 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 release. Don't do any release work actually on the full moon. Do it the day after while the moon is in waning. Let it all go. I don't care what it is. Past traumas, hurt feelings, things you didn't do, things you could have done, coulda, shoulda, wouldas, regrets, sorrows, anything. Let it all go. Let it all go. This moon is supporting us. But guess what? Just because we have that full moon on January 6th does not mean we're still not going to be tapping those full moon energy until that next new moon, okay? So all the way from the 7th to the 19th, let it go. So do some release work. So whatever's bothering you, let it all go. Just let it all go. It doesn't matter anymore. It's something of the past. You're in a different energy right now, right this second. You can't go back and change it, fix it. There's no more coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Let it all go. Don't let it rent space in your head. Don't give it any more time and attention. Stop focusing on the past. Let it go. Let it all go. Like, it doesn't matter. Just let it go. So for those next 2 weeks, let it go. Let it go. Release work. Release work. Ritual release work. Like, have it be a thing. 2 weeks. Just let it go. Just keep working. Let it go. Let it go. Like, none of it matters anymore. This is a very supportive moon, allowing us to let go of the fears, let go of the old emotions, let go of the fears, the worries, the doubts, all of the stuff. Just let it all go. So you could be in this moment. So you can honor your truth. So you can live through your soul. Let all of that stuff go, because that lives through the ego. You are not defined by your ego. You are your soul. You vibrate at 5D unconditional love at your base with your soul. Align with your soul. Let everything else go. Let it go. Let it go. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is love. The only thing that matters is your truth. The only thing that matters is you are a being made of love and light, and you are loved. Nothing else. Let it all go. Okay? All right. So those are the 5 themes that came up during this time. And so now it's time for your pick a card moon message. So I want you guys to decide on a number between 1 and 3. And once you guys decide on your number, that will be your card for this moon message. I will have timestamps in the description of the video. But if you chose card 1, this is your, you chose card 1. This is your card, fear. Fear. Is that not beautiful? What was the second theme? Time to face your fears. So if you chose card 1, you're probably really pulled to that second message. I have a bunch of fears. I have a fear about moving forward. Can I leave this job? Can I trust this person? Am I good enough to start this business? Am I good enough to do this? Should I do this? Like, I've got all of these worries and doubts and fears and concern, and I'm trapped by the darkness. Address the fears. What's the worst that could happen? Try making peace with the worst possible outcome first, and then once you're at peace with that, I think addressing your fear will come rather easy. But it's time. It's time. It's time. The universe is here to support you to address your fears. So then what? You can let it all go. Okay. If you chose card 2, this is your moon message. Beautiful. Okay. Protection. It's beautiful. You have had this protection bubble up for some time. Like the Cancers have the egg. I'm sorry. The Cancers have the crab like the egg. Words. The Cancers have the crab like the shell, right? And it keeps them protected, but it also keeps them sheltered, and it also keeps people pushed away, right? And so you're just in your little shell like the crab, and you're only getting so far. Well, what this is you put up this protection bubble around you, defensive coping mechanisms, things to shield you, things to protect you. Why did you do it? Because you went through experiences with others and you were hurt. And so you put up these shields to make sure you didn't get hurt again. But they have been up long enough, and it's time to break down the barriers. It's time to let your walls down. It's time to get outside of your comfort zone. It's time to bear it all and be raw, real, and vulnerable. That protection you put up served you for a time, but you no longer need it. It's time to let go of that security blanket. It's time to let the walls down. You don't need that protection anymore. Thank the protection for being there, but it's time to let it all go. Card 2. Now, if you chose card 3, this is your moon message. Extremes. Okay. Beautiful. Yes, because that makes sense. Emotions are running wild at this time. Hot and cold, yes and no, and it's just a lot of extremes. That's okay. You don't have to be defined by your emotions. What's going to happen is you might get extra emotional or extra irritated or extra angry or whatever it is, hot and cold. The Cancer moon wants to bring it all to the surface, and so it might bring a lot all to the surface. But why? Why does it come to the surface? So it can be addressed and let it go. So when the anger comes up, why am I feeling angry? Like, why am I really feeling angry? Anger is a surface level emotion. What's underneath the surface? Address that, and then you release it and you let it all go. Why am I extra emotional? Because the Cancer moon is here to support me. So all of these extremes of emotions are coming up to the surface to be released, to let it all go. It's no longer serving you. Allow the emotions to come up. If you're feeling emotional, go journal. Like, if you don't know why you're feeling emotional, go journal to get to the bottom of it. Call up a supportive friend. Here's what I'm feeling. Have them work through it with you so you can let it all go. The emotions want to come up. So if you chose card 3, you're probably really pulled to that first theme of emotions are coming up, because they are, and they might be heavier emotions, but it's finally time to face them, and it's finally time to release it. Why? Because it's time to let it all go. We're going to let it all go this moon cycle, okay? All right, guys, that wraps up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you got anything out of this video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button this way. I know you got something that resonated. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's a bell too. You want the bell and turn on all notifications. I don't want you guys to miss out on any upcoming messages. That next message just might be the message that you need to hear today. All right, my loves. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time, be blessed.